everybody. We're here today with the Arrrgh Book Club, and Tanya and I are going to be discussing Termush by Sven Holm. And I am so curious to hear your thoughts because I still haven't quite worked out how I feel about this. So we're going to work out thoughts together.
So I read it twice because I felt like it was worth a second read. And I read it a little bit earlier this month. So I was like, let me just read it again, like yesterday. I think that I can definitely understand why it holds a place in like this post-apocalyptic kind of canon books, you know, that this is definitely one you should read if you're interested in that genre. I felt very similar to how I felt coming out of. So did you not hear me? No, I was just saying, like, I think I totally understand why it deserves its place in its the canon of like post-apocalyptic novellas. I felt very similar to how I felt coming out of I Who Have Never Known Men, where this was very different, but also I felt like I had dropped into somebody else's experience for sure. You know, I thought the writing was very spare, but very evocative. But also I wasn't like, I think there are certain books where, you know, they have to stand as that type of experience. Like that is what the book is. And I think the book is like an exploration of this idea and not so much like, if you go into it wanting like a full novel's emotional, you know,
it didn't have the same impact as I wanted it to have. Like, I don't know, but yeah, I agree. It did kind of remind me a lot of I Who Have Never Known Men in the like the coldness of it, like
the very matter of fact,
very like not questioning anything, just sort of like this is what's happening. And yeah, like, I appreciated it. I can appreciate like what this book did and its place, but I can't say that I liked it. I can't
exactly
enjoyed it.
So. Yeah, like, I mean, I read it the second time to be like, now that I've gotten the full arc of his experience that he's sharing here, like, will I feel differently going back? I didn't really feel differently on the second read. Like I'm always impressed when people can give you such an evocative kind of feeling without so much description, without so much.
Because
there's no wasted words here.
Like,
you know, so it was a very quick read. I mean, I think that it definitely gives you a lot of things to think about, you know, like how survival itself can become like something that is bought, and then how it becomes like a scarcity issue, even if you don't consider the food, if you don't consider the resources. This idea that I paid for this, they didn't pay for this, like for the survivors and things. I thought that was all a very interesting thing to explore. For a while, I was confused. Did you feel like maybe Maria wasn't real for a while because she was the only person with a name?
Yeah, I couldn't quite figure out what was going on there because it just felt so straight, like out of nowhere.
Yes.
So yeah, like I couldn't decide if she was real or like
a memory,
imagination, or maybe a memory. Like something. There was something going on with that I couldn't quite work out.
But then at the end, when she asked for his jacket whenever she's cold, I'm like, oh, I think you're real. I think you're a real person.
Yeah.
So, but that's just me also trying to make more of it than it is. Like, I definitely think that it has a lot of interesting concepts, honestly. Like this idea of like, what is democracy? Like, what is a vote if you don't know like what your options are? You know, if someone's presenting you with a limited range of options, things like that. But I definitely think this is something that could happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. It feels very realistic in that like this is exactly what rich people would do. This is exactly how that would go down.
And they would be upset if survivors were taken in after the fact.
Like, no, thank you. They can't come in my place that I paid for. And
do they have the bracelet? No, they don't. Yeah. Like This is the VIP lounge. This is not for the pores. No.
No.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, I did. I liked how it ended, weirdly. Usually I don't like endings like that. Or just
Yeah,
sort of like,
I also like that, like the ambiguousness of it. Like, okay, so now what?
yeah. Like, where are you going to go? What's going to happen? Like,
Yeah.
with your resources or without, this is all finite.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. And all the dreams and everything. I felt like it was very weirdly realistic. I feel like that's how you would feel, especially as like an intellectual,
Mm-hmm.
like he was a professor, and you have this, you're evaluating other people's
Very
choices, but
much
you're also
like,
like,
yeah, this like weird stream of conscious, like,
yes. Like you're starting to lose all sense of like yourself and reality. Like there's nothing to ground you in any kind of agency, right? Like when you
almost
lose your
not.
agency.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I'm definitely glad I read it. Like, I feel like this is not a book I would have picked up
Mm-hmm.
on my own. I'd never even heard of it. So I'm glad you like told me about it.
Yeah. I mean, it reminds you of it reminded me of the game Fallout, you know?
And not at all what I expected.
Yeah. It was not what I expected either. Like even with the description, it wasn't what I
I
expected.
could see that. Yeah.
So
But then I felt the same way about I Have Never Known Men. Like, I did not know what I was getting into with that, but it wasn't what I expected it to be.
yeah. I think it's interesting to read these books. I think one thing that sets them apart besides their brevity is that there is no real like hero arc or hero at
Yeah.
all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a person experiencing this. And I think that's
Yeah.
always disconcerting because you want to be the like you want to have that character who has that mission or quest
Yeah.
or some sort of
Or even just something to latch onto, like, okay, I'm with you for this. So what do we have in common? Like, how can
yeah,
we
some
feel?
identity, right? Like
Yeah.
something that anchors them in this story arc.
I am a
Which
person who really wants to like befriend the main character and like
yes.
understand them. And if I can't, then I'm just like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, like
So,
we're
yeah.
in these stories, we're like ghosts that are observing the
Mhm.
story. Like we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
nothing in the fight. But I think what I found disconcerting about this book is I think this is sort of like how it would be, and you'd find yourself in a circumstance where
Mhm.
you have very little control. I mean, you can get information, like you can befriend the doctor, you can like, you know, have more knowledge, but if you can't do anything with that knowledge, then it's also like disconcerting. Like
Yeah.
like nothing that happens in the story happens because of him. Like
No.
absolutely nothing. So,
It's very unsettling to think how little control we really have
yeah.
in any
I think
given
that's one of the
situation.
things right now, right? Of like
Mhm.
what's going on. Um
Mhm.
where it feels like things are happening that will have an impact on you and can, but then you don't know
How do you navigate that? Yeah.
how do you navigate that? Like I think it's very it strips one of identity somewhat, you know. So that's why I think all the stories about apocalypse, they're never it would be so interesting to see a story about the apocalypse with like the sympathetic character being like part of the evil empire. You know,
Mm.
like
Ooh.
someone is actually making choices that's
Yeah.
like doing something as opposed to the rebel
Yeah. That would be
because
interesting.
it would. I mean, like,
Because I
I
always have
think
so many
that,
questions about like, okay, but like what happened and how did this come about? And like who is the person in the background running things? Like what's happening?
yeah,
Because nobody ever really talks about it. Like I felt the same way with I Who Have Never Known Men, but like also with this, that like
mhm.
they're not asking questions.
Yeah, he doesn't bring in anything about like how this happened, why this happened, what the future might hold. Like the
To
reconnaissance
know.
teams don't really give back
Yeah.
info about what's happening out there. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this a lot about a lot of apocalyptic novels, though. where if they don't give you details, and even when they do, I have this like feeling of unsettledness, you know,
Because
like
you want
even
to
when,
know. Like, I need
yeah,
to know things. I would not fare well in an
I
apocalypse.
know.
Because I'm like, but I need to know. Someone explain to
Yeah.
me.
Like I
Yeah.
would not be able to do the whole bunker thing
No.
like for this many
No.
years and just hope for the best.
No.
Yeah, I'd be terrible in a bunker. Uh, but I do think this really does walk hand in hand with I Who Have Never Known Men. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was interesting to read them in the same
Yeah.
book club year because they go
Yeah,
very
it worked
hand
really
in
well.
hand.
They do seem to be not exactly companion books, but like
Mhm.
they're so similar in so many
Yeah,
ways. Yeah.
they definitely give the same vibe.
Mm-hmm.
This would be an interesting, just like I Who Have Never Known Men. I think it would be interesting to do these as visual pieces also. Like, like just it wouldn't be well
Yeah,
received. It wouldn't be a
no,
blockbuster.
I don't think it would, but I would love to see
But
like a short film or something. Just,
yeah,
I think that would be really interesting.
like an Ingmar Bergman film. Like
Mm-hmm.
it'd have to be something
Yeah.
quiet with lots of light.
Mm.
Light and shadow. No, the scene where I thought the interaction between him and Maria was very interesting. Like that was the closest we come to any kind of personal story in it, and you're having this interaction with a person, but like I think how much it means to you in a time when nothing is known is hard for even him to quantify. Like in one way it's so
No, you
important,
just
but
froze up for a second.
oh, I'm sorry. I was like saying it's so hard to create a relationship in a time when so much is unknown.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they go on these walks and things, I feel like he's even having a hard time like defining what that relationship is. I think part of the reason we don't know what it is because
Because he doesn't know. Yeah.
he talks about the surprise of it a lot, like when she's there and when she smiles before he does and all of these things. Like it seems surprising it. But I mean, he places a lot of value in the relationship because he's always imagining its, you know, demise, right? Or hers. And so I need a hero story next.
Yeah. I'm hoping the next book will do that. I think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Need someone to fight for something. But what
Um,
would he have even fought for, in this?
I
Like
don't
what would have
know.
been
That's the thing. Like, there's so little information about what's going on and who's in charge and any of that. So, like, I don't even know what you could do in that situation because it's too open ended. It's too, like, sparse to let me know what I need to know. Like,
yeah.
I didn't feel like I got enough information to, like, help in any way. Like, I couldn't place myself in there with him and figure out what we could do. Like, I don't know.
Mhm. I felt like the doctor made a choice, like where he like
Mm,
gave them the ultimatum, like basically
yeah.
we need to take this or else we don't help either. But other than that, I didn't see anybody who was like living their best life, like
No, yeah, it was very bleak.
Mhm. But then they did have the chairman figure. I love
Mhm.
that line actually where at one point the chairman gets up and leaves and he says something to the effect of like either through his own like either because of his own impotence or because of his importance,
Mm,
like it could be one or the other to like separate himself from the group.
yeah.
But it was very it's very matter of fact exploration of people in an apocalypse. We would hope for so many better things, but I think this is very
Mm.
realistic.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do think it is pretty realistic. Like
Yeah.
holding up in a hotel and hoping that like that will protect you. that you're
Oh, you froze for a second there too, so I missed what you said.
Oh, I said it. What did I say? That you would hope that your money would protect you, I think is what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. If there was something like this, like an opportunity to like insure yourself against disaster, would you take it up?
I don't know, because I keep thinking to myself, like, well, what would I do in this scenario and how would I be able to manage? And like, we don't have the funds to do something where we could like protect ourselves by, a fancy hotel or something
To
like
buy a
that. Like,
ticket.
we can't buy a bunker. We can't do that.
Right.
So like, what would we do? What do ordinary people do in these situations? And like, how would you navigate that?
I once saw an ad for an actual bunker. Like we were on vacation somewhere, I think like in New York or something, and it was in upstate New York. And it was an ad for a full-on like house with a bunker, like an actual silo bunker thing, like a multi-level
That's wild.
silo under the thing with an airstrip and all of this stuff. And this was years and years ago. I mean, like more than a decade for sure, like when the kids were babies or something. But I remember it was like fairly reasonably priced for what that was. I remember telling, my husband, I was like, I mean, this seems like a great deal. Like it's a full-on like house, like a normal size house, but it has like a whole thing underground. And it was like a full like sci-fi movie style. It looked like an underground silo, like an upside down silo
Interesting.
thing with like a spiral stair that went down the middle and then had levels. And I was like, this is fascinating. Like it was definitely
I'm fascinated with people who prepare for things like this.
yes.
Just like, what?
And then sell it. I was like, who's selling it?
And you sell it. Like, what are you, why are you selling it?
I feel like maybe that, like, the spouse that was really into it died, and the other spouse was like, I don't want a house with a silo underground. Yeah. Like, and also, like, how do you hire people to build that for you? And, like, what do they think the whole time?
I don't know, because that's a crazy thing to do.
Right? Yeah.
I can't
I
even.
wish I could find that ad again.
I don't even know what I'd do with
real...
myself if I saw something like that. I feel like, can I tour? Can I just come inside?
I know. I was like, you should definitely make it into like a attraction of some sort.
Yeah.
No.
I love the idea of preppers, but I could never be one because I am not a person who can think that far ahead.
Yeah, I think we discussed, right? Like, I mean, do we want to be with all the beans? I don't know.
I don't think I want to. Like, I don't want to live in a world like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever be a person who is like ready for the apocalypse.
Full body ready. Yeah. Same. I mean, I've already said, like, if it requires like a certain amount of like running all the time, I'm not up for that challenge. Like I need to sit still. If it's like more of a Hobbit situation, I could do it.
I need hot water. I need electricity. I am high maintenance. I don't know that I could just like survive.
Yeah. I'd have to be a certain level of north to not have electricity because summer is just not happening. Winter, I could make do with fire and whatever, I guess. But like, no, I don't want to be running. That's the apocalypse I don't want to be involved in. Like,
no,
I think I can do a lot in place. Like, I'm not into the Mad Max thing.
I need to not have people fighting and attacking us. Like, I just can't do any of that.
Exactly. I don't want to be perpetually at the ramparts.
Resources is not going to work for me. Yeah.
Same. And I'm going to need sugar too. Like I need sugar with my tea. I'm not going to. Yeah, I don't want to rough it.
I'm not
middle
a girl.
Yeah, my middle kid just went camping this weekend, so I dropped her off this morning and I was like, there's this group of very enthusiastic girls, and I was like, okay, you guys do your thing. I'm so happy that other people exist to take my children on things like this so that I don't have to.
I don't camp. No.
No.
I can't be outside at night because there's too many unknown creatures around me. I freak out.
There's too many bugs.
So many bugs. There's bats.
Bugs.
No, thank you. Not for me.
Yeah. Absolutely. No. Apparently, I looked up what this author actually wrote mostly, and I think, like non-fictional kind of
I could
works
see that.
and essays.
Yeah.
And so this was like a different foray for him. It's like a unique part of his work.
Interesting.
So, yeah. It's interesting that he would choose this to explore. But, yeah, it
definitely feels like a nonfiction writer writing this. So I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like an assignment almost. Or like a weird stream of consciousness. It was like an exploration, almost like he was really experiencing it, you know? So it feels like an experience you could easily pretend to have at one of these like very frou-frou kind of resorts where people are very regimented, and there's definite rules as to like where to be and what to do at what time and things like that. So, I mean, I have friends who go to some very fancy sort of wellness retreats, and they also seem very regimented in a way that I'm like, was this fun? Doesn't sound fun.
Doesn't sound fun, yeah.
Like you have to be at certain places at certain times and like eat certain foods and do all the things that I'm like, I think it lends itself to this type of thing. And there's always like a leader that emerges, in all the groups who like dictates whether you're going to do like hot yoga or like normal yoga, like what the agenda will be for the day. So I think they could make this into a movie though. Like White Lotus meets Termush.
Yeah. Ooh, I would watch that for sure. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Interject some interpersonal drama and see what happens. But yeah. I think the have-nots are always an interesting thing. So, and then in an apocalypse, it gets like exacerbated.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
There are a lot of preppers though, like in this area, like this north. I wouldn't say my county so much because I'm like near Raleigh, right? But like if you go into like a little bit west into the mountains and into Tennessee, there's a lot of preppers. One of my friends who lives out there in Nashville says like all of her friends have bug out bags in their car at all times. Like at all times, just regular people. Like
always ready. Let's go.
Yeah. Where are you going?
I don't know. Like we've never talked about it. We've never come up with a plan or anything like that because like, what do you do? Like, what do you mean? Go where?
What are you doing? I mean, I feel like you really do have to be a little bit all or nothing about this stuff though, because all in it and you've been canning since like, 2000, I think you're good to go. Like, but if you're not, then what is the point of a bug out bag?
Frozen. Yep. I didn't get anything. It was just frozen.
Oh, sorry. No, I was saying if you've been prepping since 2020, I think you're good to go. But if you haven't, and if you don't know how to can anything, and if you're just like there with your bug out bag, like great. So now you've got 3 days worth of supplies. Like,
oh yeah, yeah. Like, what is that going to get you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like you need to have a prepper friend who's totally willing to share their resources with you.
Wow. So we have enough like resources to last. Yeah, but like after a week, we're done. Like,
yeah,
we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. So like, I don't know.
I still have one of those buckets of dehydrated meals from like right when the pandemic started. I was like, let's buy one bucket in case. But that's like 24 meals or something for our
Yeah.
family. I mean, it's like, so
Weirdly, we didn't like overstock on food during the pandemic. We mostly bought cleaning supplies. I feel like we have like I am still using cleaning supplies. We bought soap. We bought like bathroom cleaner, like anything that we were like struggling to find. Like we have like the most like off-brand. Like,
you're like fabulousy.
Yeah. I've never seen this brand before. I don't think they make it anymore now.
But it's a cleaning supply. I do still have hand sanitizer from that initial hand sanitizer purchasing.
Yeah.
So there was one point where you couldn't get any hand sanitizer, and so I bought the kind that normally goes in the like public dispensers where you push up. So I have like a bunch of those. So I just refill my little containers with those. I'm like, but that should last us for a while. No, I don't have anything else. Food wise, I mean,
in an
it is what it is.
It will be clean.
Yeah, exactly. Don't come here. There's nothing here for you.
No.
If you're listening. There's books. There's
I got books.
Exactly.
I won't be bored, but we might be hungry.
But I'll be starving. Exactly. Not in our minds, just in our bodies. No. Books are fibrous. I'm sure we could get by a little bit. I mean, wood pulp, it's something. Gotta have something in there. That's one way to get rid of the things you don't like. Like,
I didn't enjoy this book. I shall eat it.
Slowly. No. I'm looking at my books now. I'm like, which one would I eat first? I have a few idiot's guides to computer things. Probably those. I'd eat them first. I don't know why they're still here. Like those kinds of books get outdated the moment they're printed. I'm like,
yes.
I don't know what Mac OS 2001 is going to teach me, but I own it. So our next book, though, is I think definitely.
Yeah. So next book is The Weaver and the Witch Queen by Genevieve Gornichek. I've had this on my shelf for ages. I think I pre-ordered it because I really liked The Witch's Heart. Yeah, this came out in 2023. So I've had this for years and have not had a chance to pick it up. But I also was like, this is a book club book. I just designated it as that. So I purposely have been saving it for the right time. So I'm
excited that I'll get to read it in Norway.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to be brave and take my library copy there and not leave it in Norway. So it's going to travel. It's big though. I feel like it's going to be harder to forget or leave behind. So
you should do a reading vlog in Norway reading that. I think that would be really fun.
A reading vlog, yeah. I never make vlogs. I've tried. Then I never do anything with the footage.
Yeah, I always forget to take footage and then I'm like, oh no, I have no B-roll. It's just me.
What's really funny is if you try to do a vlog, like the last trip I took was to years ago. And I tried to make little vlog clips, but then I completely forgot to ever do anything with them. But now when they pop up in memories or whatever, I'm like, it's hilarious to watch your own vlog clips that never made it to a vlog because like you're such a weirdo like doing this.
Yes, I have so many abandoned vlogs because I'm just like, no, nobody cares.
So yes, perhaps I will do a little book talk vlog about this. If I ever get on TikTok, I would want to be on like book talk. So that's my maybe one day I will talk about books somewhere in a regular way.
Yes.
So, especially as homeschooling is coming to a close.
I'm
like, what do I like to do? I like to use sunscreen and read books. That's so we are meeting.
Strange hobby.
I mean, want to talk about those witchy things 100%. So, like, where do these people intersect? But, so November 1st.
Yes, so we'll be meeting November 1st. That is the first Saturday of November. Yep, at noon, right? Yes.
At noon.
At noon. So hopefully you can pick up a copy of The Weaver and the Witch Queen. I just feel like this is going to be the perfect cozy vibes that I need right now. I just need a cozy book. I feel like I've been reading so many things, but nothing has like affected me the way I want it to. I really need to find the right book. I want to feel things. I want to like get so immersed in a story that I forget that I'm here, you know? I haven't had that happen in a really long time.
Same. This year's been an interesting book year, I think. Because I've definitely read books that I wanted to read, had on my list for a while. But I don't know that I have a favorite book yet this year, you know, like a book that has just stood out to me.
It's been a weird year because like I feel like I have gotten really good at curating books for myself. Like I know what I like, and I'm pretty sure most of the time that what I'm picking up is going to be for me. But even so, there have been so many books this year that I was just like, it was fine.
Yeah, for sure. Is your birthday coming up?
No, my birthday is end of March.
End of March. Okay. I don't know why I thought you were like, you're an Aries. Then, right? You're frozen. Are you an Aries?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Then it must be
I was almost an April Fool's baby. I was born on the 31st.
So your half birthday's coming up. Your half birthday's coming up. No, I have another friend who's Libra, so also an Emily. The end of March. Yeah, because I was looking at the calendar right now and I have Emily's birthday and I was like, so shall I see you in a month?
Yep, we will meet back here in about a month exactly-ish, November 1st, to talk about The Weaver and the Witch Queen, and I'm looking forward to that so much. And that's our last book of the year.
Oh, really? Oh, that's true. This November. See, the gap is throwing me off because it's like one extra week. So I know I did that, but still.
But yeah, so we have one more book this year, and that's it for 2025, which is so strange because I still feel like it's the beginning of the year. I don't fully understand how time works anymore. It definitely doesn't feel like it's the end of the year already, but there we are. So yeah, we'll be meeting back here in a month to talk about The Weaver and the Witch Queen, and we will see you then. Thanks so much for coming today, and we will see you at our next book club. Happy reading. Bye.
Happy reading, guys.